at the European Games.
Been there, done that at the big dance in Baku. Slightly taller of the two.
He's got a gold medal back in 2014 as well. So.
Great big start from DIBIRGADZHIY here.
Can he finish though?
Moise trying to defend.
Oh, nice little back trip. Move's actually illegal in American folk style because he left his feet, but oh well, we're not here. We're not in America wrestling a style that isn't in the Olympics. We're in Serbia wrestling men's freestyle.
Yep, and I wonder if Moise is okay here.
Yeah, that's what, when they do that back kick, it applies pressure against the joint and in the back of the shin. That's where it's a little tough, so.
Tough to watch as well.
It's actually not much, actually I'm wrong. It's not against the joint, it's really like against the back of the shin, so be very careful.
Yep, not much fun for Moise, and even less so on the scoreboard. DIBIRGADZHIY has a mighty slap there across the face.
Charlie Murphy style.
God rest him. And wrestling him to the mat again. Look at this from DIBIRGADZHIY. So composed and quick.
Yeah, quick 4-0 lead here, 67 seconds into the bout, so. Come back up to our feet. 28-year-old out of Baku. And it kind of sounds like we're beating the same drum over and over. DIBIRGADZHIY is from Russia originally.
Yep, you talked about that, the imports and exports of international sport. It happens in a variety of sports where they second and bring in the best athletes from around the world, especially when they've got a major competition like that European Games.
What's also crazy is how many of the Russian exports are coming from the same region down there in North Ossetia and Dagestan and Chechnya and the Caucasus region.
Do you think they can't all, there's not enough space in the national team, so they just have to cut their losses? And
you know what, and if those republics were their own countries, they'd still probably be exported because they're that deep down there. Like, I mean, I'm afraid if Dagestan was its own wrestling country, how many medals they'd be winning.
Would they be in amongst the team trophy, which we will get to see awarded later on, but doing his bit for Team Azerbaijan. DIBIRGADZHIY at the moment started explosively. Moise's kept himself in this just about. The referees are pretty tough as well, aren't they? They look as if they could wrestle a little bit. Is that a criteria? Do you have to have been a wrestler to be a referee?
History dictates that is absolutely not a criteria.
Okay. I'm glad I've asked that question.
Oh, man. For the most part, a lot of them have.
Okay.
You can see some cauliflower ear from around the world, various species of cauliflower ear growing. But usually, I'd say most of the time, the officials have some type of wrestling background. Most of them at least have some age group competitions in their history. But there are clear cases where some of the best officials I've seen, like let's use the United States as an example. I've seen a lot of wrestling officials, regardless of style, that they never wrestled a day in their life, but they've been around the sport so much, they became very good officials. As a journalist, I'll even use my own experience. I officiated for a year in a youth league just so I could understand
to learn what it was.
Well, and also I was highly critical in my younger years of officials, and I didn't know what it was like to be out there.
Sure.
So even though it was a different style, it kind of opened my eyes up to what goes through a referee's mind. So here in freestyle, you get 3 referees. Freestyle record, you get 3 referees, so you can pass the buck somewhere out there in the when it's just you. And have an appreciation for what it is. So I think it helps me do my job better now, having had that experience, even just for 1 year, and never having to deal with parents of a 10-year-old again.
Well, of course, the referees having to run the rule over this one here. 4 points to the good, DIBIRGADZHIY. Far from straightforward for Moise here. He was under the cosh a lot in that first period. And it looks as if the Azeri can go through the gears when he wants to. Just creating a nice steady tempo at the moment. Wise men say only fools rush in. DIBIRGADZHIY doesn't want to.
Wasn't that a bad movie too?
Great song, bad movie. But going against the script somewhat here. Moise trying to produce something of his own. That's always the danger when you try and attack. You leave yourself open. DIBIRGADZHIY ready to pounce at any moment. Likewise, the referee. Adrian Inuit Moise from Romania. The referee just having a conversation with the match chairman. He said that he's blown twice for blue, so the shot clock should have started. Good work from the referee, sharp-eyed. Didn't let that one slide.
No fingers.
Yeah, no fingers. Some officials a little more animated with their calls than others.
I'm sure that this referee has wrestled before. He looks as if he could wrestle right now. He's been running the rule.
I think he wants to. Look
yeah,
at his stance.
the rod of iron.
He's trying to get in there. Oh, he's gonna. There's the 1 point. I'm going to start calling that the hacksaw. I don't know if it'll get adopted internationally, but 5-0 lead now for DIBIRGADZHIY of Azerbaijan.
Yeah, Moise really up against it now. Just a minute left. And you would fancy it's a question of when, not if, for DIBIRGADZHIY. Although credit to Moise, shoots for legs, but as we said, Yaziri is so adept at defending, escapes. And can he turn defence into attack?
Down on the mat. Come back up. Under 50 seconds now to go here in this bronze medal bout.
Well, Moise cannot be faulted for effort here. The Romanian has, you can see, well, the show of respect between the two there. It's been a hard-fought encounter. DIBIRGADZHIY has the class and the quality, and it's showing. Well, you've got to admire the Romanians' efforts here. There's no chance that DIBIRGADZHIY is going to give this up in the last 15 seconds, but Moise, ever the competitor.
5-point throw would do it, but
there's more chance of me getting down there and doing it. Moise has given it absolutely everything. Credit to him, but of course, you can only be one winner. Ruslan DIBIRGADZHIY of Azerbaijan takes the bronze.
give you a men's freestyle update on